You're watching Seahawks Today, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. Seahawks head coach Mike Macdonald, in his weekly radio interview with Seattle Sports, had a lot of interesting things to say in regards to the dismissal of Ryan Grubb, as well as Geno Smith's future in Seattle. We will tell you what he had to say, react to it, and more coming up in just a matter of moments. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. If you want the Hawks to hire the right OC, like today's video, don't jinx it. If we get 500 likes on today's video, that guarantees that Seattle will get the right guy. If you don't believe me, why even take a chance on it? Just hit that like button. Just give it a little tickle, and we'll get started with today's show. Mike Macdonald weighs in on Ryan Grubb and Geno Smith as we turn the page from 2024 and into 2025. What does Seattle do with the quarterback position? What are they looking for in their replacement in Ryan Grubb? What exactly went wrong? Let's dive in. Let's start with Geno Smith. The question on the minds of 12s everywhere: will Geno Smith be back in 2025? He's had 3 full years as the starter now. Will he get a 4th season? Macdonald said this: I got no reason to say no, so I guess yeah. Okay. That doesn't sound like the most convincing argument from Mike Macdonald. If he was all in on Geno, I would like him to say, yeah, Geno's my quarterback. That's my guy. We're ride or die with him. We're excited to have him back next year. That's not what he said. Now, time will tell. Obviously, we have a few months to go in this process, and a lot can change, and you have an upcoming contract negotiation with Geno and all that. So there's a lot of moving parts in all this. But that wasn't a huge vote of confidence from Mike Macdonald in his quarterback. I thought that if he would really want Geno as his guy, he would be more aggressive in putting this to bed. That, hey, that's our guy going forward. That's who we're rolling with. I have my full confidence, my full support. That's my quarterback. Maybe not Terrell Owens-esque of, that's my quarterback, man. But can you give me a little more juice than that? If you're really sold on him, that's it. Doesn't sound very convincing. Geno, 2-time Pro Bowler, NFL Comeback Player of the Year, completion percentage leader, coming off a season where he had a career high in completion percentage this year, 28-24 record as the Seahawks starting quarterback. We've seen the good from Geno. We've seen the bad from Geno Smith. And I'll say this: I think Geno Smith has done enough to come back and be Seattle's starting quarterback in 2025. That should not be the question. The question shouldn't be whether Geno is your starter next year or not. The question should be, how does it look? Does he get a contract extension? Is it for a year? Is it for 2 years? Is there a team option involved? Is it for 3 years? Does he just play out the current year on his contract? That should be the question we are asking, because in all likelihood, what I personally want to see is that you bring Geno back after a season where he had 21 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 70% completion percentage, over 4,300 yards. I could justify bringing that back for another year. But I want to see, whether it's this offseason or next, you need to start planning for the future. You need to get your next quarterback to replace Geno, because he's not getting any younger. He's 34 years old. And you think about the Kansas City Chiefs. They replaced Alex Smith after winning 10 games in a season with Patrick Mahomes, let him sit behind Alex Smith for a year, and then gave him the keys. You should bring Geno back next year no matter what. whether you find his replacement or not. I hope you find his long-term replacement, but we shall see. Should the Seahawks bring back Geno Smith? What do you guys think? Type Y for yes, in for no. Weigh in our pinned comment today and let us know what you think. Today's show is sponsored by Game Time. Game Time is the place to go for the best seats, the lowest prices guaranteed. Whether you're looking for tickets to sporting events, concerts, theater productions, comedy shows, and more, Game Time's got you covered. Game Time is a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets for events even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals and great seats. You don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets to find the best value. They have their super deals. If you see a super deal, you don't want to pass up on that one, folks. They also have the customize your spot feature, which gives you the seat you want, what you're looking for. And if you're like me, you might be waiting till the last minute to find the tickets you really want, what you're looking for. Well, no need to fear, because the ticket prices go down the closer it gets to when the event actually starts. You choose the event you want to go to. They got the prices listed. Choose your seat. See if you like that seat or not. And then, boom, just like that, you're checking out on Apple Pay, Google Pay, Venmo, all major credit card providers. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code ChatSports, $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code, CHATSPORTS, for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. Now let's get to the other half of what Mike Mac had to say. The question was asked, why was Ryan Grubb fired? What went into this decision that was made in moving on from Grubb as Seattle's play caller? Mike Mac said this: "It's really as simple as I just felt like the direction our offense was going was different than the vision that I had for our team. And I felt like it was just a necessary decision at this point." As a defensive coach that Mike Macdonald is, he had to be very frustrated with the direction Grubb was taking this offense. And you think about this. If you're a defensive coach, what you're asking for from the offense, can you play complementary football? Can you make life easier for me and for our defense? And Ryan Grubb wasn't doing that. Macdonald went on to say this: "So we respect the heck out of him. We wish him the best. These are tough decisions to make, you know. These are really tough decisions to make. But the team comes first, and you just felt it was best for the team. I think we just needed to go a different direction, and that's why we ultimately made the move." So what does all that mean, different direction and all that? I'll explain what the direction Mike Macdonald's looking for in a moment. But first, want to make sure you guys subscribe to Seattle Seahawks Today. I know the season just ended, but you better believe we're not going anywhere, folks. We're going to continue covering the latest news and rumors of your favorite team. We're going to go live not just once, but twice every single week on Mondays and Wednesdays. We also have breaking news. We're going to keep you up to date on the OC search. Everything you need to know right here on Seattle Seahawks Today. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/Seahawks TV. Never miss a moment. So what Macdonald is looking for is two things. It's to be physical and to be explosive. And although he was kind of coy and didn't want to point direct blame of what Ryan Grubb did wrong with this offense, if you go back to when he first took the job, he was asked what he was looking for, and those were the two things he pointed out. And in the words of Mike Tomlin, the standard is the standard. Well, that standard that Mike Macdonald was looking for, of being physical and being explosive, that standard was not met for what Ryan Grubb did with this Seahawks offense. I think going forward, the next offensive coordinator for this Seahawks team is going to need to embrace smash mouth football. Look, I understand Seattle has some explosive receivers. JSN had a breakout year. DK is still one of the best receivers in football. And you love to get those guys involved. But you got to run the football. You have to play complementary football. The recipe in the NFL hasn't changed. If you want to be a championship football team, You have to run the football well and play great defense. The defense is figuring it out. They took some major steps in the right direction, what Mike Macdonald and AD did on that side of the ball. But the offense was not there. The offense was not holding up its end of the bargain to be a championship caliber football team. You look at the numbers for this Seahawks offense. This is what the next OC will be walking into. 18th in points per game at 22.1 points per game. 14th in yards per game at 332.2. Passing yards per game, 8th in the league at 236.5. And then here's when it gets bad, folks. 28th in rushing yards per game, 95.7. You're telling me you got two young backs in Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker, a couple dogs in you, and you can't run for more than 100 yards a game? You kidding me? How many times did Ryan Grubb get away from running the football? Run the damn ball! And then the third down conversion rate wasn't very good either. Whoa. 21st in the NFL. They were also 21st in the league in fourth down conversion rate, 37.62%. That ain't going to fly. That ain't going to work, and that doesn't take a genius to figure that out. So, who should be the Seahawks' next offensive coordinator? Weigh in the comments section. Give us a couple names that come to mind that you would like to see take the job. Appreciate you joining us here on this edition of Seattle Seahawks Today for continuing Seahawks coverage. The latest on this coaching search for the next OC and more. You got to be subscribed. Subscribe now for free. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.